Hey Radical fans, today's Radical Rundown is simply a who, a what, and a when. Let's apply that to the asymmetrical balls. Who should throw them, what should the ball be, and when. Let's talk about who. Asymmetricals are not most advantageous for people with low ball speed and a lower rev rate. You know, they tend to bleed off their energy in the wrong spot unless you can drill and pin down. So there are ways to use them. But, you know, we recommend for low speed, low rev players, pin down drillings on asymmetricals. We want to keep that hook window as long as possible. Asymmetricals by nature have a shorter hook window. So it'd be quicker off the spot and get to the pocket quick enough, you're okay. If your ball speed is low, the ball's going to want to roll forward sooner, and that's never good. What ball should you use? Well, let's talk about that. If you're a low speed, low rev player, you want to stick to balls with a lower intermediate diff. So if you're a speed dominant player, you probably want to go to a higher intermediate diff because you're going to want that hook window to be there quicker, or else you'll be throwing it through the break point. So that's the who, that's the what. Now when should you use it? You know, obviously on a house condition, you can stand in different parts of the lane and feed it to the dry. You'll always have dry boards to get the hook. So if you have a situation where the lanes are hooking a bit, you may not want to go to an asymmetrical ball right away because if you're going to feed it to the right, circle more boards, you're going to shorten that hook window. So you have to keep in mind the angles you're playing, the type of bowler you are. If you're speed dominant, you want to go to a higher numbers, the intermediate diff, total diff. If you're rev dominant, you may want to go to a lower intermediate, lower total diff. Certainly if you're low ball speed and low rev rate, if you're going to drill an asym ball, look to drilling it pinned down. As far as surface goes, you know, that's what we talked about in an earlier Radical Rundown about looking at the ball motion and deciding what you need and what type of adjustments need to be made. If you're leaving flat 10s in the corner, that ball is bleeding off and rolling forward too soon, it's just too strong a ball. If you're leaving ring 10s, you probably want to change that angle a little bit, get the ball to read a little bit sooner. So those are two indicators. But again, it's not always a ball for everyone. Look at your style, look at the drill sheets, and figure out if you need more flare. And if you need a longer hook window, you want to stay away from high intermediate diff and high total diffs. That's today's Radical Rundown. Hit the subscribe button and give us some comments.